Now, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority is pointing to inadequate personnel for its inability to fully patrol the many unapproved routes along Ghana's borders. JoyNews visits to Elubo in the western region revealed a difficult terrain to patrol, especially at night, as some of the unapproved routes are swaths of land filled with thickets and farms with just a narrow path used by some of the smugglers. But customs say it can fully eradicate the practice if it's adequately resourced. Maxwell Aguba has more.
What's your name?
I'm ARO Fifi Blankson.
ARO Fifi Blankson?
Yes.
Okay, and you are?
I'm with the preventive unit, Elubo collection.
It is late night here at Cocoville. A cloud of darkness hangs over the area with no source of light. The moon and trees have cast unnerving shadows in this mini forest. The only light I see here are the intermittent flashes of torchlights from security personnel on the Ivory Coast side of the border. It is one of the many unapproved routes along Ghana's western border. The Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority has been compelled to deploy some of its inadequate personnel to patrol these unapproved routes 24 hours every day. Here, I've met two of them in the dark.
It is pitch dark with no source of illumination here at the Ghana side of the Elubo border. Across the River Tunnel, which is here, is the Nowe community. I'm told that this is one of the unapproved routes to Ghana, that is specifically to Elubo. I have some officers here who are making sure that persons, unauthorized persons, do not get access to Ghana using this unapproved route. And they're going to be staying here throughout the night, and this is their work. I must admit that it's a very uncomfortable terrain, and I'm wondering how they are able to do it. Let me find out from them. Hi.
Hi.
Good evening.
Evening, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. So how difficult is it, manning this side of the border, this side of the unapproved route?
As you can see, it's very difficult. Being just the two of us, we have to patrol along this unapproved route, and this is not the only place. We have the Kokoanda, which the trip is very long. It goes far to that end.
Okay.
So intermittently, whilst we are here, we take our motorbike, then we go to the other side to just to go and patrol and see if no activities going on. Then we come back. So we'll be here till the next morning, just the two of us. And it's very dark here. Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
All insect light, which is not favorable for us. But since we are well-trained officers, we are able to endure all these hazards, and we do our work diligently.
Okay, so I've been speaking to the head of preventive at the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Elubo collection point, ARO Fifi Blankson. He has been telling me about the challenges manning this unapproved route here at Elubo.
This is one of the unapproved routes into Elubo. Yes, it's we call this place Cocoville. Okay. And it's one of the unapproved routes that we have along the border, the stretch of the border. Yeah. Aside the main border, people coming through these points. And we have our men that are stationed here to ensure that they protect our borders from smuggling and also from other illegal activities. Okay. Whether being it people that are not supposed to come in, or goods that are not supposed to come in or are supposed to go out of the country. Yeah. So that is why we have our men here. And as you can see, it is late, but they are still here doing their work. Wow. So I mean, it's quite challenging, but that is why we are trained, and that is what we are trained for. And so, in as much as we have all these challenges, we still do what we have to do as part of these challenges.
And I see these canoes there.
Yeah.
Are they for patrols for your personnel?
No, these are not for our personnel. These are canoes that ferry people across to the other side, that is the Ivorian side. Okay. You know, the two towns are close to the extent that we have people that live here that have their farms at the other side, have their families at the other side, have their businesses at the other side. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Before?
Yes, we've had a lot of resistance.
Okay.
You know, once you are preventing somebody from performing his normal duty, definitely there will be some form of resistance. Yeah. And the economy here largely thrives on these activities.
Yeah.
You know, the economy here largely depends on the economy at the other side. The same way their economy also depends on our economy to a large extent. Okay. And so therefore, for our officers, preventing them from bringing in these goods, definitely you will expect some agitation. The last one, there was an incident where the youth in the community gathered up, marched to junior barracks, wanting to, you know, break into the barracks to attack the officers there, because they had arrested some goods that were supposed to be for one of their members. And so for challenges, we've had challenges. But as trained professionals, we are able to you know, manage the situation so that it doesn't escalate to a different level.
Okay. So finally, what would you say are some of the challenges, you know, managing this unapproved route?
The challenges, well, if I have to say the challenges, they are enormous, but you can tell for yourself. Yeah. You can see we don't have, for example, we don't have a structure here where in case it is raining, our officers will take shed. We don't have, there's no lighting system here. Yeah. And so somebody can be here. Is that the same thing across? It is till you get to the end. That is the nature of this part of the border. Okay. There is no lighting, there's nothing. It is just as dark as you can see. Yeah. And so our officers have to make do with the little lighting that they have. Yeah. You know, and imagine when there's no light, when it's light off. Yeah. The nature of this place, how it looks like. Yeah. And this part of the unapproved route is even nice. If we are to go deeper, you would see how terrible some of the terrain are. You'll be going through trees, you'll be going through cocoa farms, how muddy the place is and all that. And our men are there working 24/7.
Wow. If you had opportunity to speak to the powers that be, what kind of assistance would you go for?
We need a lot of assistance. You know, we live in a technological age. Yeah. So I believe if we deploy technology with the work that we are doing, we will be able to achieve a lot of results. Okay. And so, for instance, if we have drone technology, you know, we can be sitting somewhere and be monitoring the activities or whatever that goes on along the border. Okay. And so it is easy to deploy men to a particular point to take action than when you have the people just going around. Because by the time you move to a particular point, they might have used a different area. Yeah. And you see, this place is vast. And so once you begin to mount checks at a particular point, they continue to create other ones. Yeah. And that is a worry. Okay. And so for me, I would say that yes, we will need to look at how to deploy technology in the work that we are doing, especially for patrols. Okay. And then also we will need to also, if it's possible, increase the number of personnel that we have so that we can beef up the men that we have at these unapproved routes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
We are at another entry point, you know, to Ghana. The same challenges that we were told about at the Elubo collection point exist here also at this collection point at Half Asname. I've been speaking to the officer in charge of general duties, CRO Dan Mania, and he says that inadequate personnel and the many unapproved routes here are hampering their work. He says with the needed logistical support, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority will be able to do more and generate more revenue for the country.
Actually, this forms part of the jurisdiction of the collection, okay. The Elubo collection, and then these are the approved routes that the approved stations that our stations that we have here are the Newtown, Jewi Wharf, and Alanda Wharf. Okay. Over there. So Jewi Wharf, as we are currently standing, is in the middle of the two of them. Okay. And access to Ivory Coast is by this lagoon, which flows from the tunnel the main Tano River,
yeah,
which is the demarcation point of between Ghana and then Ivory Coast.
Okay, we'll be coming more to that, but want to find out
the challenges.
The challenges.
Yeah.
So you have many unapproved routes here.
So
too?
many unapproved routes.
Okay.
In fact, they number up to 5 different unapproved routes, and they are basically they are the Kwasuazo, Apolonmu, Nokobenu, then Adusuazo, and then Kablenu Zo.
Okay.
Those are the unapproved routes that we find here. We've made attempts to set up officers in all of them, particularly at the Apolonmu, which takes care of this. Now, the major challenge here is accessibility to those approved routes.
Okay.
They are not accessible by road.
Okay.
By road. So what actually happens is that we depend on a canoe.
Okay.
To do our patrols.
So
and the canoe
customs division, you depend on
canoes. Yes.
Okay.
And the canoe for now is nothing to write home about.
Okay.
It's in a very dilapidated listen.
Okay.
Now, so initially,
I want us to see
the
canoe that you use.
Yes.
You know, for your patrols,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So this is the canoe.
This is the canoe.
Which one?
This is the canoe.
This one.
Yes.
So this is what you use for your patrols.
Exactly. This is currently the canoe that we use, and it's nothing to write home about for now.
Okay.
We have this modern speedboat that initially was the used for effective patrols within the waters.
Okay.
Now, see the state in which it is. It's been abandoned, and then now we have to resort to a canoe like this, which is which is also equally in a very bad state.
Okay.
Literally, officers go on the lagoon with this, and it's like a suicide mission. And we think that is a major issue with it. We need to find ways and means of getting a better replacement.
Okay.
A more effective and modern, at least equipment for patrols on the waters.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, apart from that, the two other stations are bedeviled with water problems.
Okay.
I mean, we all see that the Kano River and then the Canoe, what do you call it? The Juan Lagoon are all polluted.
Okay.
They are all polluted. And so at Alandawaf, we depend on harvested rainwater there. Or sometimes, occasionally, we have to resort to the fire service.
Okay.
And then, so what we need there is a mechanized borehole for officers.
Okay. So,
yes.
So do you also have a challenge here when it comes to personnel?
Yes, the personnel is woefully inadequate.
Okay.
In fact, the staff strength here is only 22 officers and then 9 NAPCO interns. Okay.
Wow, 22 personnel of
just
the
only
customs
22
division.
personnel officers. I mean, personnel here.
Wow.
That's all.
And you're playing dual roles here?
Certainly.
Okay.
The dual roles in revenue mobilization and then keeping the security, border security here is paramount to our mandate. And so staff strength here is also equally, in fact, an issue, a big issue that needs to be handled.
Okay. So that means that there will be a challenge in terms of when you want to when you have to patrol the the unapproved routes. That means there's a challenge anytime you want to do that.
Certainly. So right now, the only equipment that for patrol is the canoe.
Yeah.
Yes, because the other roads the access roads leading there are no motorable.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, per the pickup are not just motorable at all. Okay. So we are reduced to the use of just that dilapidated, canoe. But we don't joke with our revenue collection.
Okay.
A target of 600,000 that was given here. Yeah. So far, we are talking about over 800,000.
Okay. So you've exceeded the target.
So we've exceeded the target by 20.3% so far. And the major issues that we have here, the major items that pass through here are the the copra oil, latex,
Okay.
yeah, rubber, and then occasionally oil.
Oil.
Occasionally oil, cooking oil.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you heard about the issue about the smuggling of items
Yes.
to Ghana and all of that,
Yes.
and how sometimes it is affecting revenue generation.
Yes.
What do you think can be a permanent fix to this problem?
I think the permanent issue, what you call solution or remedy to this problem, will be to increase staff strength here,
Okay.
as well as get us more speedboats.
Okay.
Yes, boats that can, maneuver across the river, because the unapproved routes are the major channels that they use to do what? To smuggle these things. And if we are able to handle that, then I think smuggling will come to almost it will be non-existent here.
Okay.
Given the kind of terrain that we have here, okay, it will be non-existent, because if we are able to maneuver and do patrols along the river and its tributaries here, I don't think we'll have problems with this. At least we'll be able to stem down smuggling to a very large extent.
Minimal.
Yeah.
It says, well, welcome to Ghana.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the entry point, to Ghana.
To Ghana, yes.
Okay.
And so the entry here has to do with coming through the river into the lagoon from Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
So we all saw from the lagoon, the jetty there, we saw as far back that beyond the waters, that is Ivory Coast. Yeah. And like we said, you see somebody has a family here, equally a family there, vice versa. There's that kind of, you can't draw a thin line between the social and cultural, engagement, okay? But then, when goods come, and they come from the other side, then we have to collect the revenue.
So we're currently here at one of the unapproved routes. I'm here in Ghana. If you cross the River Tunnel to the other side, you are in Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, I should say. That community there is called Noe. And sometimes you have some unscrupulous persons trying to use this unapproved route to smuggle goods into Ghana. One other thing that caught my attention, though, is the heavily polluted River Tunnel. And you can see that in the background right now. That is not our focus for today. We want to find out from the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority how they man this place to ensure that the unscrupulous people do not get access to Ghana with some of their smuggled goods. To help me do this is Assistant Revenue Officer at the Elubo Collection, ARO Fifi Blankson. Fifi, you're welcome to JoyNews.
Thank you very much.
Great. So these are your men. So we have immigration officers and then Customs Division,
Definitely.
the GRA.
Right.
What is their job here?
Well, their job here is to man these unapproved routes to ensure that people do not ferry goods in and out of the country.
Okay.
They are supposed to use the approved route, which is the main border.
Yeah.
And for one reason or the other, you realize that these people come in through some of these, and this is one of the numerous unapproved routes that we have along the stretch. And you see, because it is a river that divides the two countries, it is very easy to set up another unapproved route.
Yeah.
And so once we begin to man a particular route that we identify, the next thing you see is another one being created.
Wow.
Yes, that is the nature and that is the terrain we find ourselves here. There are several of them, and you will see canoes being used to ferry goods and people across like that.
I was here alone last night. I was at the other side. But it was actually, very difficult using the side because it was extremely dark, poorly lit.
Yes.
And your personnel are supposed to be here, so they sit here all the time.
Yes.
Day, night,
we man this place 24 hours. Okay. As you can see, we even have some tent here. This one was collapsed.
Yeah.
Yes, this one was collapsed as a result of the rain, and we have this temporary one that we are using. You know, so we mine here 24/7.
Yeah.
So these people by 6 p.m. They will close and another shift will come and take over. Right. Another shift will come and take over from 6 p.m.
Okay. And this is the tent that you normally use?
Yes, this is where the officers sit.
At night?
At night.
Okay.
Yes, this is where they sit at night to make sure that people do not come in and goods do not come in through these routes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what kind of goods do people smuggle in? But what happened to the stands?
It collapsed as a result of the rain.
Okay.
Yes. This one was presented by the military.
Okay.
It was given to us by the military, but as you can see, it is collapsed. Yes.
So you sleep there at night?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. What kind of goods do people try to smuggle?
Basically, people bring in rice.
Rice. Okay.
And oil.
Okay.
Rice, oil. Sometimes you get frozen fish. Yeah, but basically it is rice and oil that people bring in the most. Yes, and
I'm told that is because it's cheaper.
Very,
in Ivory Coast.
Definitely.
So
yes.
Maxwell Agba talking to some customs officials who are manning some unapproved routes where smugglers try to bring in goods from other countries. Now let's do other stories, or actually let's go to our Facebook page and see what you guys have been saying. So we posted this earlier. I had a conversation with producer of Destruction for Gold, and in the picture, samples of every river stream. So he took some samples there, and you guys have been commenting. We have 450 comments. Let's go to Kofi Boacha, who says, images of God indeed. Kojo Tamaklo says, they're destroying because they're going to heaven. Please, they shouldn't destroy our earth for us. Let's go to other comments. This one is from Ability Nelson, who says, the people have sat on gold for decades with no proper management from leadership to benefit the masses, and they've decided to take control by themselves. For lack of sense of patriotism, selfishness is ruling the minds to our own detriment. Very soon we will have no dignity to protect. Osei Daniel says, nature always pays back. We'll come back to suffer for it. We can deceive ourselves going to heaven after death, but we are the same people. The Creator will send us back here to drink the water we're polluting. Natural justice never fails. Bernard says, the big men and women don't even use our drinking water to water their garden and wash their cars, so they don't even feel how we feel. It's a shame. They've surrounded themselves with bottled water. Let's go to Gershwin, who says, hashtag 4 more squad. We'll come and say, this is Peter on display, wait and see. Amos says, waters from River Volta should have been added as a control. The difference would have been really clear. And Nana Kobana says, even without the labels on them, each and every chief or queen will be able to identify their respective water because they know they are the cause. God will judge us, in Kofi Ojo's voice. All right, Isaac Sambi says, wow, what an awesome achievement. We need to make giant billboards of this image for national visibility. We're a proud nation. And I would figure that is sarcasm. More comments coming in from our Facebook page. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's go to Hassan, who says, this documentary should win a big award. Dylan Bailey says, put a straw in them and tell our leaders to take a sip. They're capable of this destruction. Kweku Afria says, Galamsey has rendered every Ghanaian powerless. We're only a nation of talkers. This can never happen anywhere in Ukraine. Let us go to Mensa Flash, who says, this is what we expected from the media, to go and pick up such important national issues that would benefit the entire generation. We all need to fight against this. That documentary airs tonight at 8:30 p.m. here on the JoyNews channel, also on our Facebook page. There's JoyNews on TV, so make sure you do check it out. It's the first part of 3, so you don't want to miss it. Hello Ghana, happy moment is here. Let's storm World Cup Qatar 2022 with Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks, and Awake Drinking Water from Casablanca Company Limited. Simply buy your favorite Storm energy drink, Puma soft drinks, and Awake drinking water. Text the 4-digit unique number on the neck of the bottle to short code *780# option 2, and then follow the prompts on all networks for free. Be one of the lucky winners to this year's World Cup in the monthly draw. You can also win TVs, fridges, mobile phones, home theatres, free drinks, and more instantly. Don't waste time. Grab a bottle of Storm energy drink, Puma soft drinks, and Awake drinking water, and let's storm Qatar this World Cup. This promotion is on the NLA Characters platform, and this advert is FDA approved. Terms and conditions apply. And that is where we draw the curtains on the AM show. I've been doing this with Benjamin Kakpo. My name is Mapito CBD. You can also keep on being interactive with us on our Facebook and Twitter pages. We are JoyNews on TV. Please stay. Up next is News Desk.